Hello legends and super legends, Eldred here. Welcome to Veloharmony. One of our legends requested, it came up in a queue, he requested that I should look into doing a video about indoor trainers. And then he replied and said, oh, it's too general, and then asked me specifically what kind I used. So I got the idea to just go ahead and put it in the queue anyway. And the theme I'm using here is to say indoor trainers friend of four. Why did I pick the Cycleops Supermageneto Pro trainer? That's what I use. Indoor trainers are very valuable for every serious cyclist. The main reason is that you can't always count on the weather, your schedule, things that come up. And sometimes you get home, it's dark, or even if it's not dark, you just don't feel like going out there. You know, you've had a long day and you get home and you're like, you know, I'm home now. Maybe I want to watch the news or whatever it is you do. And, you know, you guys, you've seen my setup. A lot of people are set up like this to where you have a television or something. You could turn on the news and get on your trainer. You don't even have to train. You just spin. And that's really, it does a lot for you. It's really good benefit. So I've always had a trainer, even back in the day when they had the indoor trainers where you had to take your front wheel off, take your fork, clamp it on the front, and the back wheel was in there. And it's one of those that went under the bike. They didn't stick around too long. They were not very popular, and they didn't feel that good. And that's what's leading to the next segment here. They're not all created equal, unlike men. There are some crappy trainers out there. Okay, my trainer before this one was also made by Cycleops, and it felt like an ergometer. I mean, it felt like I was in a lab, like I was a hamster, you know, running around a wheel or something. And it still functioned really well, and I went ahead and did some research and found and read about the Supermageneto Pro and upgraded to it. And it's the first trainer I've owned in almost the 3 decades I've been riding that actually feels like you're riding outside. It is also the first trainer I've owned that I've actually willingly spent 6 hours on. I mean, just riding, you know, because it was a rainy day. It was a while back. And frequently I'll ride it for 2 to 3 hours or more. There are times when I can't sleep. Everybody's sleeping. I come down here, shut the doors and turn on all the fans and just spin. And that's one of the things for having them. It's nice. You know, when you're in the mood to ride and it's dark or whatever, you can ride on here. You can use it to check a new shoe that you set up, because then you don't have to go on the road and fiddle with it. If you're messing with your saddle or whatever you're doing, the trainer is just invaluable. I mean, I just cannot say enough about it. The reason I tout the Supermageneto Pro is for the price range. I paid about $370 for it when I bought it. You can find it around $350 to $400, $409, depending on what's going on or what time of year it is. And I'll put the link below in the description for those of you who are interested in it. But it's just the best trainer for that price range in terms of road feel. Okay, and while I'm doing this video, I did a direct video close to the trainer with all the functions, and I will put it up here so you can see that as this video was going, so you can kind of see some of the functions as to the settings for the magnet settings for the resistance. I did a little video on that, and also how you connect it. You know, it's very, very easy to use and very bomb proof. I've had it for a number of years. I'm saying, I think at least 3 or 4 years, and I've never had any problems with it. The other trainer I had was just their standard magnetic indoor trainer, and it just felt like you were on just an ergometer. There was nothing, you know, there was nothing special about it. It didn't make you want to stay on it any longer than you had to. I gave that away to a friend, a guy named Leon that used to ride with us. I haven't seen him in a while. I gave him that because he didn't have a trainer. And, you know, it's okay if you have nothing, you can use it. But once I upgraded it to this, and I'm sure there may be better trainers out there, you know, for those of you who do Zwift, and they've got a lot of smart trainers. And I'm happy with this, and I have not chosen to invest in anything else. There's no point to it. This one works great for my needs. It's perfect for the fit that I do with other people. I use that for that as well. So yeah, I cannot see myself functioning without an indoor trainer. So if you're on the fence about it and you want to improve, get one. Most of my clients, I recommend that don't have them. I recommend they get one. I tell them, make that the first thing you buy, because having a trainer will keep your training consistent. You won't have the weather interfering. I mean, even if you don't mind riding in the rain like me, there are times when down here, especially spring, we get a lot of lightning and stuff. I'm not going out in that. And so I can count on my trainer. There are days when I run around, running errands, doing other things, and then I come home. I just don't feel like putting on stuff to go out. So the trainer is really quick. I can just throw on my bib shorts, turn on the fans, get a couple of bottles, jump on it, and I'm ready to go. No 20, 30 minutes to get ready to head out. So for that, and then even in the winter where you got to put on more stuff, there are times when I just jump on the trainer with just my bib and you're ready to go. So the trainer supplements my training. I probably spend 50% of my time on the trainer, because during the week, it's not always easy to get out. And so I just jump on the trainer, and the trainer gives me a better workout overall, in my opinion. There's no coasting. There's no stop sign. There are no lights. So you get on there, it's relentless. You get on there, you start riding, you're working. Okay. So I just cannot stress that enough. So those of you who may be on the fence, or maybe you've had bad experiences with it, try the Supermageneto Pro. It's a good price range for the quality. They have one up to like $1,000. I don't know much about it, but if it's anything like this one, it might probably be better for what maybe it's got, like wireless control for the resistance settings. I'm a techie. I work with computers all the time. So when I buy stuff like that, I try to keep it simple, because the more things you put on there, the more things are likely to break. I don't mind walking over there and flipping that knob. And for the most part, I keep it on one setting. I keep it on interval training setting, and that works. And when I want to do hill climbing, and that's another thing. You don't have to go to the hills if you have a trainer. You put it on the right setting and you can simulate a climb. You can simulate climbing. So yeah, so the trainer does that for me. So even though we have a flat area here, I train on this thing. It has a mountain setting. I put that on there, get the right gearing, keep my cadence where I want it to be. Before you know it, you're in zone 4, you're working. You don't have to think about it. So the trainer is good if you know how to use it. It's not boring. What I try to do is, when I'm doing structured workouts, I really can't watch anything. I only watch the TV or watch YouTube or whatever when I'm doing zone 1, zone 2, where I'm just spinning and doing my endurance training on there. When I'm doing intervals, I don't watch anything, because you're going hard for structured periods. Before you know it, the workout's over. And it's really, really good to have. I mean, you can have the TV on in the background, but once you start working, you're not going to be paying attention to it. So I'm a supporter of having a trainer. That's, I think it's pretty clear now. So I just wanted to make this video to communicate that to you guys, that whether you're new to cycling, whether you're experienced, you've been cycling for a while, if you don't have a trainer, you're selling yourself short, because you can't count on getting the kind of workout all the time if you just go out the door and you're in a populated area. We do this thing, what we call exercise potential for routes, depending on where you're going. That's why you watch our group rides, we head north. Because once we get outside of the subdivisions, you can work. The hills are there. There are no stops that much. So depending on where you ride when you're outside, you may not get a good workout because you're stopping so frequently. And that's really good to have a trainer. Plus, if you're trying to do a controlled workout where you say you're testing for your functional threshold heart rate or your functional threshold power, it's really good to have a trainer for some of those tests, because it's controlled. You don't have the interference of the outside stuff, cars and intersections and other things, because you can't always find the perfect course to do that. I'm not saying don't go outside and ride your bike, but I'm saying that you should consider having a trainer to supplement that if you don't have it. If you're trying to lose weight, it's great to have a trainer, because sometimes it's hard to get motivated to get out there. Get on your trainer. Now, I'm not saying ride the trainer 100% of the time, and this is more for my buddy Russell Baker. He had put a comment on there. He asked whether he was losing anything by just riding indoors all the time. The only thing you're going to lose is your bike handling. Because when you're on the trainer, it's not like you're riding rollers where you actually have to actively, control the bike on rollers. Those of you who are familiar with it. On a trainer, you're fixed. And so if you just ride a trainer exclusively, you will lose the little nuances you pick up from being outside. So I'm not saying get a trainer to replace your outdoor trainer. Get a trainer to supplement it. Get a trainer to use when you're setting new cleats on your shoes so you can sit on it and see how it feels. So you don't have to go out there and be messing with it on the road. It's better to do it on your trainer or whatever else you want to do. So that's it. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. But I hope that this will help people who are thinking about getting a trainer. But then just make sure you get a trainer that has a good road feel. That's the key. That's the reason I like the Supermageneto Pro. It feels like you're riding on the road. It's one of the first trainers that I got that I get on the trainer and I don't mind sitting on it. The other ones, it was like watching paint dry. It was just a dread. And so if you're going to get a trainer, do your shopping. Get trainers that have good road feel. They have all kinds of trainers, magnetic trainers, fluid trainers, whatever. You want to go for trainers that will replicate the road. And this trainer not only does that, but it's quiet. It does not wake up the whole house. I can ride this thing wee hours of the morning. I don't disturb anybody. So that's another plus. So the good quality trainers have those traits, but that's how you do your shopping. How does it feel? How does it ride? Is it quiet? That's what you want, because some of them are very noisy, you know. So with that, make sure you get out there, get your miles in, and don't let anything stop you.